Capital Region Sports Saturday brought to you by Mohawk Honda. In our studio now, Iowa running back, Troy High School graduate Jordan Canzeri, home after the Rose Bowl. Jordan, thanks for being in the studio.
Thanks for having me.
So you're home for a week now after the Rose Bowl. What was the first thing you did when you got back to the Capital Region?
I mean, first thing other than just seeing the family and the dogs, cats. I mean, I miss my pets out there since I don't have any. But after that, it's pretty much just there's certain food places that I gotta go to.
Where's the spot you gotta hit?
Well, I gotta hit Famous Hot Dogs in downtown Troy, and then
I'm
right
a Gus's
up on,
guy.
Oh, all right.
But
yeah, and then right up on Hoosick Street. I used to work there. I love New York pizza, so those are just things that you just miss. I mean, the food out there is great. It's just different, though.
Yeah, so you got your food spots back here. Did you head up to Troy High at all? I'm sure those guys wanted to see you.
Oh, not yet. I'm going to just I'm always in contact with the coaches and the athletic director and principal. So, I'm going to shoot up there just either today or tomorrow.
How cool has it been for you to have, this hometown connection? Every time we post about you, man, it's huge numbers. It's always, everyone's been so interested in how your season went over at Iowa this year, obviously making it out to the Rose Bowl. What kind of support have you had, even though you're, a couple thousand miles away?
Well, I mean, the support has been great. It's just something, I just feel blessed to be a part of. Everyone just being able to just be there to support me. Everyone just always just high hopes for me and always wishing the best for me. And just to see I have the backing of my whole town and everybody and a lot of people in the Capital Region. I mean, that just means a lot to me when I'm just so far away playing in all those games.
Now, you had the tough ankle injury against Northwestern, I think, earlier in the year, and then you had the tough ankle injury in the Big Ten championship game against Michigan State. You played in the Rose Bowl. Were you 100% by Rose Bowl time, or was it?
I mean, it's just one of those things that, honestly, just when you're speaking to media and all the questions, it's because, we don't want to give too much disclosure or anything, but I was just in a state where I was just ready to go because it would take a lot to keep me out of that game.
If it was Bowling Green for the second game of the year, you might not have been playing though.
Just in the case if it was just like a game that wasn't as much a high stakes, I probably would have sat out of it. But I mean, it was just great to be out there. The training staff just did so many good things with me. The rehab just went really quick and everything, but. I'll continue just to do it all when I'm back training for the combines and everything. So
we'll get to the game itself in a minute, but what was the experience of being at the Rose Bowl? What was it like being in Pasadena? What was it like, the perks of being in the Rose Bowl? What was that experience like? I mean,
it was my first time in California, so it was already good for me. Just the weather was great, just the atmosphere, and then all the events that we went to. I mean, so grateful for the Rose Bowl committee, the Tournament of Roses, just the hospitality that they showed us. And when we went to Disneyland, just meeting the president there and just the things they did for us. And then Lowry's with the Beef Bowl. I mean, there's just so many great events. They just treated us so well. And then just to finally just be in that stadium, step on the field, I mean, it was just a dream come true because that's just a game. That stadium is something that is just so traditional and has so much rich history to it. And the one game in college that, I'll probably never forget is when I was younger, was watching the Texas versus USC, and that was just an amazing game.
The Vince Young game.
Oh, yeah. So, just to be able to step on that field and be able to play on that field of when I've just watched guys play on that when I'm younger, it was just crazy to be a part of it. It was just an awesome experience. It
was cool for us watching it at home that the minute that the broadcast came on, they showed you guys coming out of the tunnel. You were all locked arms. You were front and center leading the team out of the tunnel there. What was that like for you?
It's been cool because the seniors this season, we just took it within ourselves just to really just lead this team no matter what and keep each other accountable. So it wasn't like just because we're a fifth-year, fourth-year senior, we could let things slip, but we would, get on the young guys for it. No, we all held each other accountable. So that was a big difference to this year, just the amount of commitment that everyone had. And so every single game when we walk out on our swarm, the seniors are always in the front. Because we want to lead by example during the season, and we want to lead by example on the field. Because Coach Ferenczi always says we need our seniors and our older guys to play their best and to lead their best. So that's our job. And so for me, just to be able to lead out and just do my last swarm in the Rose Bowl Stadium, it can't get better than that.
Now we know the way the game went. Stanford wins in a landslide, 45-16. I think it's off the top of my head, and. I know you guys were prepared for it, but they just came out unbelievable in that first quarter. Just what did they do to you guys?
Well, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, he's an amazing athlete, and I've just heard so much that he's just a great guy as well. So, I mean, just personally as a student athlete, I hope the best for him in his future. But for us, we all realized that we just didn't play the way we normally do. And when our head coach, Coach Ferentz, when he came in and spoke to us at the end after the loss, he said it to us. He just was straight up front, and it was the truth that we came to play for 13 of our 14 games. This game, we don't know what it was. It might have just been the hype and just the emotions and everything. But, yeah, we didn't play our football at all. We had way too many mental errors to count. Guys were just playing the way that they normally don't. We were making a lot of mistakes that we never even had before. And it was just a rough day, and especially when you're going against a great team like Stanford, if you don't play your football, if you don't come ready to play, then they can do that sort of thing to you. But, I mean, it was definitely a tough loss. But, again, it's something that Coach Ferentz also mentioned was just to stay positive and don't let this game tarnish the season that we've had because, I mean, we've made a history at Iowa going 12-0 in regular season. And, that's a tough thing to do in your no matter what schedule you have. So that was just a great accomplishment for us. But it does sting for that to be the final game. But we're proud of the things that we did, and we understood that we just didn't play our football.
Now, Derrick Henry wins the Heisman Trophy. You guys didn't see Bama, but you did see him, Christian McCaffrey. If you're a Heisman voter, is it hard? Derrick Henry must be pretty darn special if he's able to beat that guy out. Because, I mean, McCaffrey did it all. Punt return, kick returns. He was catching passes. He was running through the middle. He looked like the best college player I'd seen in a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, I personally thought that Christian should have won it. But, I mean, Derrick Henry, he's just a phenomenal athlete as well. He's a great running back and everything. But so the whole team is as well. He has a great offensive line blocking for him. And, the whole team itself is just a great, phenomenal team. But, yeah, Christian McCaffrey is just an all-around athlete, and he showed it on the field. And it was something that, we expected. But, again, you can only watch so much on film, and that doesn't show how, the person really is on the field. And he was a quick guy. He's a good athlete.
You got a prediction on the Clemson-Bama championship game, or are you not even going to watch it?
I mean, no, I'll watch it. I would honestly say I think it's gonna be a close one. Some people have said that.
So do I, yeah.
But I think Bama's just going to take it away in the end, but both of the teams are really good. So I know that this championship is going to be a good one.
Did it motivate you guys all year? Because the haters were out. Oh, they didn't play Ohio State. They didn't play Michigan State in the regular season. They didn't play Michigan. They didn't play anybody. Did that motivate you guys throughout the whole year and playing with this chip on your shoulder?
I would say so, just because, I mean, it was something that we did and we're pretty, used to it, is ignoring the noise, not listening to the outside people, because even with success, those people that were behind us, backing us up, we knew if we were having a bad season, they would be the ones talking bad about us. So it didn't matter if it was good or bad. We just ignored it, just focused on ourselves, the people that sacrificed within the walls of the facility, the people that have put the time and commitment into it, just focusing on those guys and each other. But I would say just playing wise, yeah, it did, just for the matter of even though we continue to win, just people would say that we didn't have a strength of schedule and anything. But that's the thing that it's tough, because a lot of people just don't see it as that. They see names, they see where they're from, just the college and its history, and that's what is pretty much backing up of the team of this prior year. But the way it is, especially now, just with the level of competition, if you don't come to play, it doesn't matter who you play, they have a chance to beat you. And so many teams have shown that. I mean, there's so many upsets this year, so many crazy finishes, and that's just how college football is. So you just always have to go and be prepared to play your best, because there's a lot of good teams, a lot of great teams that came down to the wire with teams that they should have blown out, and then there's teams that just the complete opposite. They should have blown out the teams and they ended up losing. So that's just how it is. So, we don't listen to the strength of schedule and saying we didn't play anybody or anything, because they've proven themselves. And, the Big Ten, it's a very competitive and physical conference. So, again, we're just very happy with the success that we had in the regular season.
Now, we talked back in October, and you said that the NFL was your aspiration. Is that still your thought? And how are you preparing for that now that your career at Iowa is over?
Oh, well, yeah, it's definitely a dream of mine. It's something that I've wanted to do since I was a kid. Just so excited just for the opportunity and the chance if I get it. And so for right now, just being done, I mean, it's weird just, finally being officially done. I graduated in 3.5 years, so but I still had, extra year of eligibility.
So no more classes for you when you go back? So are you going back to Iowa?
Yeah, gonna go back to Iowa City and train there with our strength coaches and just have a job out there too. So I mean, all I have to do is focus on that, and that's a good thing that I just got my 2 degrees down, finished, and now all I have to do is focus on preparing for the NFL. And I'm just going to put everything I have into it because some people only get this opportunity once. I mean, if there's the chance that if I don't go, that I would just continue to train and try again next year. But I'm just going to put it all in because I have nothing to lose, and this is a dream of mine. So it's been an amazing ride so far at Iowa, so it's just time to finish it off and make it to the next level.
Has anyone told you, given you any inclination as to, I know you're going through the getting an agent process and all that comes. Has anyone said to you, you're a 3rd-round pick, you're a 5th-round pick, undrafted for you? Has anyone given you any kind of inclination as to where you might stand?
Well, I mean, there's always the talk, and it's just even though you may hear certain things, that's just it normally doesn't end up the way. And a lot of people see like the mock drafts that are created by a bunch of people that a majority of them, some people that they had high end up going lower, and the opposite. And so I've heard just if I did well enough in the season that I was projected, in after the 3rd round, but. Again, for me, it's something that if I'm blessed and I get the opportunity to be drafted in one of the rounds, I mean, that's amazing. Like, I'm so grateful for that. And but if I just end up getting just the chance of being a free agent and going out of camp, I mean, I'm just going to make the best of it, and I'm going to give everything I have to just show that I belong to the team that I get the chance with.
Now, the NFL is the NFL, but is there when you were growing up, was there a team that you said, wow, I'd like to play for those guys someday?
I mean, I got to say,
Seahawks could use some backup running backs.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Marshawn's not going to be around forever. My team could use some guys.
I mean, definitely, whoever wants me, I mean, definitely I'll go. But I mean, just growing up, my dad was a huge Vikings fan. My
not
older
great this
cousin,
weekend.
Oh yeah, my older cousin was a big Packers fan. So always just clashing between them two. And my grandmother on my mother's side lives out in Buffalo, so would always see them. And my mom loves the Giants, so I mean it's just completely scattered.
Diverse family.
Oh yeah, definitely. But for me, the Saints were just a team that I just followed out of high school, just because I followed Reggie Bush. I mean, he was a idol for me, just growing up and running the ball and everything, and just watching him. And when he went to the New Orleans Saints, I was just stuck with them. But then when he ended up leaving, I just Drew Brees. He's a phenomenal guy. He's a great guy, great leader and player, and so I just ended up just sticking with them. But I'm just more of a individual follower, not of just like a full team.
Jordan Canzeri, Iowa running back, Troy High School graduate, with us, Capital Region Sports Saturday. Jordan, thanks for coming in studio. Best of luck throughout the NFL draft process, and maybe we'll get you again before the draft.
All right, thanks. Means a lot. Sounds good.